Guys, what's up? We're just doing some 4570 tonight. We were using these plated bullets, 405 grain. These are from Everglades, basically like a Barry's bullet. These work pretty good for, trying to sight in. They're pretty cheap, readily available. Cast bullets are nice. These are, you don't have to lube them or anything. And they shoot right at our same point of aim, point of impact as our 405 grain cast load. So we just mimic the same load as our cast. It's not a very hot load, around mid 1500 feet per second. So those work pretty good. These are our probably 10 times fired cases. The load that we're using, we get a ton of reloads out of these cases, so we don't get much stretching or expand, just nothing on them. So that's a good load. Those really hot loads that guys use, I don't know what they're getting for life out of them. I know you read the manuals and they tell you you might get 5 reloads, 10 reloads. I've been reloading those cases for a long time. Whenever we work up good hunting loads, once we want to stash some away, we'll use brand new like Starline cases, say, and those are good to go. But we will when we're just reloading for target shooting or adjusting our sights or from gun to gun, either go with our cast bullets, or we have a few bags of these plated bullets which shoot nice. I don't know what the max velocity is on these, but we're not really near that, and I think it might be like 2,000 feet per second or just over, which we don't even shoot our 350s that hot. So we're gonna load up some of these. We got our RCBS digital scale here. This is nice once I get a load worked up. It's nice because you can just kind of just type in what you want, and it'll just keep going. We used to hand weigh them one by one, but where we're not even really, we're not near a max charge. We don't need to worry about it too much. Once it zeroes out, it just goes by itself. So it's pretty handy. It's been a long time since we've been able to add something this modern to our bench, but it's nice to upgrade once in a while. So we'll get these loaded up, and then maybe tomorrow we're supposed to get some weather tomorrow. We might go out and get another video sighting these in. This mimics our hunting load that we use around here. 405 grains, 405 grains that we're shooting right at, it's mid 1500, 1600 feet per second. That's plenty. We've never had a problem with a load like that. Between black bears and, deer, bison, whatever, plenty of wild hogs. We've never had a problem with them. So we know that we don't need to go too hot. A lot of guys think faster is better, but they're definitely not trapdoor loads, which I feel like trapdoor loads are still plenty sufficient. A lot of that ammo that you buy in 4570 is trapdoor pressures. Those those Remingtons, those 405 grain soft points, that's trapdoor level, and those are shooting right at like 1,300 maybe 1,400 feet per second, depending on barrel length. And guys have plenty of good luck with those. So you know, we're shooting just a little bit harder than that. You know, a couple hundred feet per second, but not much. But that's what's accurate in our rifle. We have gone a little harder. And if we're using the 2-power scope at 100 yards, we're still, because we can be more precise on our target, they were fine. With open sights, there's just too much variable, and that load wasn't really accurate once we went harder than, you know, our 1,600 feet per second. So the groups really started to open up. So we went with our most accurate load, and you know, we just stuck with that, which is, I've been using that particular load with, we're using 4198, and these are just Winchester primers. I had mentioned before we're having some problems with those primers. We've had 2 out of this batch that had failure to fire, and but with these are just our practice loads, so we don't really need to worry about that. We're not going to use these for hunting. We don't need to rely on these 100%. We still want to make good ammo, but we also want to be able to use up the primers that we have, and who knows, we might not have any more issues. So, just a quick video for you guys. We're hoping to get some footage. We'll do some 44 mag in the lever gun. We'll get the revolvers out, and I'm hoping to start working on, we get a couple Marlins. I'm hoping to start working on some 35 Remington. That would be, we get a couple of those we want to work with, and it'd be a cool caliber to, you know, venture off in. We basically got this 45-70 as far as our load development pretty dialed in with all of our different bullets. So we do have, you know, we got, you know, this is our newest fork, 405 soft point, but we did find a few of these. You know, I'll show you guys. You know, some of these, you know, they do expand pretty good, and they hold their weight. We did find 3 or 4 of them. Of course, they're hitting rocks and whatnot, so they're not giving like perfect expansion, what you might think, and maybe in the gel. But we'll work on that. We're still gathering. You know, that's pretty good. And these are holding like 98% of their weight going through the dirt. You know, this one took it pretty hard. I don't know what this one had hit, but other than that, the other ones were pretty good. This here was one of those Lehighs, which I mean, it's almost all there. But we couldn't get the velocities out of these that we wanted. You know, we were using 30-31 with those, which I like that powder. We seem to be able to, even with a wide variable in charge weights, we still have pretty good point of impact with those. So it's, you know, it's supposedly a lower pressure than 4198. So we wanted to try it out. Both of them work pretty good. But we're still working on gathering some bones. We do get a lot of moose bones, you know, leg bones, shoulders. Once we'll get a good lot of them, and we'll do some penetration tests with some of these bullets. See what we get. We'll try, you know, we want to try out those North Forks, and we'll try some of their cup nose solids. See what we get. Those Woodleys, I'm pretty excited to try out. You know, as far as penetration tests, we had pretty good accuracy with them. And at 100 yards with that 2-power scope, we're getting 1.5-inch groups with different bullets. You know, that's as far as a hunting rifle goes, that's good. That's, you know, that's pretty good. You know, if we're using our 308s, you know we can get them tighter, but with 100 yards and in, that's plenty accurate. So that's what we're working with tonight. We don't have too many more other projects going. But like I said, we're gonna probably get some weather tomorrow, and you know, maybe we'll get some footage on these, do some quick sighting in, and we're gonna set up a hunting rifle for my wife. You know, we'll either use the 44 mag or 30-30. You know, something a little lightweight on the recoil side for now, and get her adjusted to that. She's been pretty good with using the open sights, buckhorn sights, which peep sights are a little bit easier to use than the buckhorns. They're quick on target, but we just had some deer out here about a half hour before sunset, and they get their brown coat on. They're blended in pretty good. We like to just practice our sight pictures on them when we see them out there, and you know, kind of get ready for the season. It's fun to just have them come out, walk through the yard, and just, you know, we're not hunting them, but we can kind of practice drawing on them and how fast we can see them. You know, you don't get much practice until it's the season, and even when it is season, we don't get that many opportunities, so it's nice to practice on the real thing. So, yep, that's where we're at. We'll get these finished loaded up for our sighting in practice and shooting steel. These bullets, if these don't hit anything hard, when we're shooting into like frozen snowbanks during the winter, they actually they act just like a hard cast bullet, you know, or a Full Metal Jacket. You almost could reload them again. We found a bunch of them. I'm gonna bring them in. I want to mic them out, kind of just see, you know, where they're at measurement wise, and we might even just try to reload a few of them. You know, might try it out just to see what they do. See if we lose accuracy. See if it matters. Because obviously, you know, the rifling is engraved in them, but you know, that'd be a good test to try out. But I think after that, we get the 45-70 pretty much dialed in. We might take out the 22-inch barreled one. We'll get some velocity comparisons between all those loads, and yeah, like I said, we'll try to work on the 35 Remington next. Do that. We get some 30-30 stuff to work on. So we get some projects coming up. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one.